Hello everyone, it's your brother here reaching you again with the word of God as I receive it in His truth. I give it to you. Last week I started a series entitled it Approaching the Confusion, Part 1, and the first one on the Sabbath. And I promise to continue approaching all the deceptions that they have planted in the church. But the Lord has given me two teachings that I must release before I continue that series. So we will know the times and the seasons that we are living in right now. So we can feel the sense of urgency and put His work first. So today I'm going to go directly into the book of Enoch. Now Enoch was the seventh generation from Adam. Enoch did not taste death. He was taken to heaven. But before then, God took him physically to heaven to show him things that from his generation will happen until the end of this age. So today's title is the 7-week prophecy of Enoch's vision. The 7-week prophecy of Enoch's vision. Now Enoch was not taken to heaven just for going their sake. God commanded the angels to take him to heaven to show him, not just ordinary angels. He assigned the 7 archangels of heaven, who are assigned everything concerning God's creation to show Enoch what is yet to come for a remote generation, and that remote generation is now. It's our generation. So today you're going to go into the book week by week. Every week represents a dispensational period and see how all of them have been fulfilled up to the 7th week. Now the angels that were assigned to Enoch, their names and functions are written here in the book of Enoch chapter 20. And these are the names of the holy angels who watch. Uriel, one of the holy angels who is over the world and over Tartarus. Raphael, one of the holy archangels who is over the spirits of men. Raguel, one of the holy angels who takes vengeance on the worlds of luminaries. Michael, one of the holy angels, to wit, he that is set over the best part of mankind, over chaos. Saraquiel, one of the holy angels who is set over the spirits who sin in the spirit. Gabriel, one of the holy angels who is over paradise and the serpent and the cherubim. Ramiel, one of the holy angels whom God set over those who rise. These are the 7 archangels that were assigned to Enoch to show him everything in detail concerning from his generation to the end of age. So let's go into it directly to the book of Enoch, chapter XCIII, that is chapter 93. And we start from verse 3. And Enoch began to recount from the books and said, I was born the 7th in the 1st week, while judgment and righteousness still endured. So this is the 1st week that Enoch vision is about. He himself was born in the 1st week. And after me there shall arise in the 2nd week great wickedness, and deceit shall have sprung up, and in it there shall be the first end. he was prophesying about the flood, the first end. And did it happen? Let's go into the Bible, Genesis. Genesis chapter 6, verse 5. to 7. Genesis chapter 6, verse 5 to 7. Then the Lord saw that wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intent of the thought of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord said he was sorry that he had made man on earth, and he was grieved in his heart. So the Lord said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, creeping thing, and the birds of the air, for I am sorry that I have made them. That was the week 2 that Enoch talked about. That in the second week, wickedness and deceit shall spring forth, and in it there shall be the first end. Week 1, week 2. And in it a man shall be saved, and after it is ended, unrighteousness shall grow up, and a law shall be made for sinners. So we go back to Genesis. We go to Genesis again, chapter 9. Verse 11 to 17. Genesis chapter 9, verse 11 to 17. God said he is going to destroy the earth, but according to the prophecy, a man will be saved. And a law shall be given to all flesh, to all sinners. Genesis 9, 11 to 17. Thus I establish my covenant with you. Never again shall all flesh be cut off by water of the flood. Never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, this is the sign of the covenant which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generations. I set my rainbow in the cloud. It shall be for the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. And it shall be, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the rainbow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you, and every living creature of all flesh. The water shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. The rainbow shall be in the clouds, and I will look on it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth. This is the law that was made for sinners. A covenant is a contract initiated by God between God and man, sealed under oath. So it becomes a law to himself that he will not trespass it. Just as the book of Enoch said. Let's go to week 3. And after that, in the 3rd week, at its close, a man shall be elected as the plant of righteousness and judgment, and his posterity shall become the plant of righteousness forevermore. So after the flood, in Genesis chapter 12, God called Abram from his country. Say, I'm going to send you to a land that I will show you. Genesis chapter 12. Now the Lord said to Abram, get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house, to the land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you, and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse those who curses you. And in you all families of the earth shall be blessed. In you all family of the earth shall be blessed. Just as Enoch saw it, just as the prophecy was. Remember, Noah is a grandchild of Enoch. When Enoch got this prophecy, Noah was not born. His father, Methuselah, was born, but he himself was not born. Concerning the flood and concerning all the things I've talked about. This is how accurate this prophecy is. Then we continue to week 4. And after that, in the 4th week, at its close, visions of the Holy One and vision of the holy and righteous shall be seen, and a law for all generations, and the enclosure shall be made for them. A law for all generations, and the enclosure shall be made for them. And this happened in Exodus 20, when the 10 Commandments was given to all nations. It was given to Israel, but this 10 Commandments is the basic foundation of laws across all nations, even countries who do not believe in God. They all abided by the last 5 of 10 Commandments. And in that, God says, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt and out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other God before me. You shall not make yourself a graven image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or in the earth beneath, or in the waters under the earth. You shall not bow down to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord your God, I am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon their children to the 3rd and 4th generations of those who hate me. You shall not take my name, the Lord, my name Yahuwah, in vain. Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Honor your father and mother. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You should not covet your neighbor's house. You should not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his male servant, nor his female servant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's. These are the 10 Commandments that were given. But if you realize, every nation obey the last 5. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. And you shall not covet. This law was made, say, for all generations. Then in week 5, and after that, in the 5th week, at its close, the house of glory and dominion shall be built forever. So let's see if that happened too. After that, in its close, the house of dominion shall be built. Let's go to 2 Chronicles chapter 3, verse 1 to 2 Chronicles chapter 3, verse 1 to 2. David, God said, I've found a man who is after my own heart. He wanted to build the temple, the first temple, and God said, no, you cannot build it because you have too much blood on your hand, but your son will build it. So Solomon grew up and became king of Israel and Judah. And 2 Chronicles chapter 3, verse 1 to 2. Now Solomon began to build the house of the Lord at Jerusalem on Mount Moriah, where the Lord had appeared to his father David, at the place that David had prepared on the threshing floor of Ornan and the Jebusite. And he began to build on the temple on the second day, on the second month, in the 4th year of his reign. Just as it was prophesied by Enoch in the book of Enoch, that in the 5th week, the 5th dispensational period time, a nation will be born called Israel, and the temple will be built. And the temple was built. Let's see what happened in week 6. And after that, in the 6th week, all who live in it shall be blinded, and the hearts of all of them shall godlessly forsake wisdom, and in it a man shall ascend. In it a man shall ascend, and at its close the house of dominion shall be burnt down with fire, and the whole race of the chosen root shall be dispersed. And in it a man shall arise. So let's find out if a man came on earth and rose again and ascended to heaven. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel, meaning God is with us. And then we know what happened at the appointed time in Galatians chapter 4, verse 4 to 5. But when the fullness of time has come, God sent his son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, that we might receive adoptions as sons. So we know Yahushua HaMashiach, the one people call him Jesus Christ, Yahushua HaMashiach came on earth and be born because of our sins, just as the book of Enoch speaks about. And did he ascend? Let's turn to Acts chapter 1. Verse 9 to 11. Acts chapter 1, verse 9 to 11. Now, after he has come and run his mission, teach us the word about the kingdom, and he was crucified and died and buried, and on the 3rd day, after the 3rd day, he rose up again. So when he rose up and he went to his disciples for the final teachings, and now, verse 9, now when he had spoken these things, while they watched, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly towards heaven, as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, who said, Men of Galilee, why do you stand gazing up into heaven? The same Yahushua, that the same Jesus who was taken up from you into heaven will come in likewise manner as you saw him go into heaven. So in this generation, in that 6th week, that generation, a man will ascend. And the root of the chosen ones, all of them will be dispersed. And 70 AD, the Romans destroyed Jerusalem, burned down the temple, and all Judah and Benjamin and the remaining of the Levites moved to West Africa. And they replaced them with what you see now as the apostate state called Jews. The modern day Israel, the people who are living there, and they call themselves Jews, which are not. So the Lord said, and those who call themselves Jews, but they are not, but they are synagogue of Satan. They are synagogue of Satan. So now, we go into the final week before the end comes. The 7th week. What is in the 7th week? Let's go to the book again. And after that, in the 7th week, shall an apostate generation arise, and many shall be Isdes, and all Isdes shall be apostate. So after Christ has ascended, we are going to enter the final phase, the final dispensational period, and this will be the sign: apostate generation. All Isdes will be apostate. So we need to identify who the Bible, the book of Enoch was talking about that generation, that the state of apostate that will arise. The book of Revelation gives us identification of the source of the apostasy. So let's go to Revelation chapter 17. Revelation chapter 17. I'll read verse 1 to 2 and continue 4 to 5. Then one of the 7 angels, the same 7 angels that showed Enoch things to come in the first apocalypse, the first book of the first Revelation, the same 7 angels also showed John what to come. So in it, there is identification of the source of this apostasy, where it's going to come from. Then one of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and talked with me, saying to me, "Come, I will show you the judgment of the great harlot who sits on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with the wine of her fornication." Now he's going to show us who this woman is. Verse 4, the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet. That's your first clue. The woman is arrayed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearl, having in her hand a golden cup full of abomination and the filthiness of fornication. And on her forehead a name was written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of all harlots, and of the abomination of the earth. Mystery, Babylon. Remember, Babylon means confusion. So all this confusion that I've talked about, this is the source where it's going to come from. And it's no other place than the Roman Catholic Church. That is the Roman Catholic Church. That's the book of Revelation is revealing here. That they wear the scarlet and purple, put wine in a golden cup for communion, is full of abomination. I was once Catholic. I grew up Catholic. This is not to condemn anybody, but as for me, the truth that has been given to me, I give it to you. So the book of Enoch talks about there will be apostate generation. All his deeds will be apostate. All his deeds will be deceptions. So the original church that was started by Peter, they say Peter is their first pope, and it's the same Roman who crucified Peter upside down. The moment they crucify him upside down, they turn all truth upside down and gave it to the church. They killed the church. We will get into it when further along the line in the series. They beheaded Paul. The same Romans beheaded Paul and crucified Peter and killed all the Christians around them. And they say Peter is the first pope of Catholic Church. In order to plant in the deception, they had to get rid of the first century church and then form another one and start with the deceptions and plant them in. According to the prophecy, all Israel shall be apostate. And this is exactly what you have done, giving you a fake figure and giving you a fake name called Jesus and giving you a fake Sabbath day, Sunday worship, and giving you a fake date of birth, December 25th, as his birthday, Christmas, and giving you a fake day of risen as Sunday, which is not. And it goes on and on and on. And you have bought into all this apostasy. It said, the harlot with whom kings of the earth committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with her wine of her fornication. They were made drunk with the wine of fornication. Revelation 12 tells us that the devil is going to do this. 12 verse 9, and the great dragon who was cast out, the serpent of all, called devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. This is the deception the book of Revelation is talking about. But now, God is allowing the truth to come out. So let's go to the book of Enoch to see what happens from here. What happens from here? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Verse 10. And at this close of this generation, when it's getting to the end, this is what is going to happen. And we know every one of the prophecies have happened as is written in the book of Enoch. So what is going to come, we know there's no doubt, because what was shown to him was written in the tablet of heaven. It cannot be changed. Verse 10, and at its close shall be elected the elect righteous of the eternal plant of righteousness, to receive sevenfold instructions concerning all his creation. The time is coming that he has set apart his elect and chosen ones, not rooted in deception, but he himself is teaching us the truth. And he said he's going to release sevenfold instructions. These instructions are not taught in the universities. They are not taught by experience. They are not taught by man. According to 1 Corinthians, let's go to 1 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 11 to 14. For what man knows the things of the man except the spirit of the man in him? Even so, no one knows the thing of God except the Spirit of God. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit who is from God, that we might know the things that have been freely given to us by God. These things we speak not in word words which man's wisdom teaches, but which the Holy Spirit teaches. You shall be taught by my Spirit, by the Ruach HaKodesh. You shall be taught by the Spirit, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man does not receive the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness to him, nor can they know them, because they are spiritually discerned. This is what is going to come. What the sevenfold instructions towards the end is all about showing God's glory. Not in deception, though. Not in deception. So, he himself is going to teach about his creation. The argument out there, some say earth is spherical, some say earth is flat and all that. Don't worry about that, because the Creator himself is going to release his teaching. How the heavens were created, how the stars formed, how he made the earth, how he made everything within it, how he keep each one of them in their orbit. They tell us the sun is the center of the universe. The sun doesn't move. It's the earth that orbits the sun. According to the book of Enoch, it is rather the earth in the center of the universe, and the sun orbits under the command of Almighty. And he is going to teach us. He is the creator. He created the heavens and the earth and every host that is within it, and he knows how he kept them by the power of his mighty word. Now, as we continue, there are things that we should do. Verse 11, for who is there of all the children of men that is able to hear the voice of the Holy One without being troubled? This is the time that you are going in. This is the time you should get closer to the Almighty. You should get closer to God, because he's going to speak things, deep things that we haven't heard before. And those who want to hear and exercise logic, you have problem. Because the things that is going to tell you, you have not heard it before. It will not make sense to you. But those are the people he says he's going to talk to. According to the book, for who is there of all the children of men that is able to hear the voice of the Holy One without being troubled? Because the things that he's going to tell you, eyes have not seen. Then it continues, and who can think his thoughts? And who is there that can behold all the works of heaven that he's going to show us? All his work, who can behold it, the glory of it? Let's go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9 and 10. But it is written, for eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor has it entered into the heart of man, the things which God has prepared for those who love him. But God has revealed them to us through his Spirit. For the Spirit searches all things, just the deep things of God. Eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor has it entered into the heart of man what is about to come. It is not after the end that is coming, as some people, Christians, think. No, this is not what he's talking about. This is the week 7 we are talking about. After this, we go to the week 8, 9, and 10 later. But that is after the end, the first end, what will happen then too. But for now, we are taking it to what will happen to this close. And Paul talks about it from Romans chapter 8, verse 18 to 21. For I consider the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed to us. For the earnest expectation of the creation eagerly waits for the revealing of the sons of God. For the creation was subjected to futility, not willingly, but because of him who subjected it in hope. Because the creation itself is also will be because because the creation itself also will be delivered from the bondage of corruption and into the glorious liberty of the children of God. This is what is coming. So, folks, we are in an excited time. We are in excited time. But you have to be teachable. You have to be able to let go the lies that they have taught us right from beginning, right from infancy, and we have grown with it. People have gone to get PhDs in these lies. But God is not a respecter of any human, and his glory will be seen through faith and truth only, not deception. So all I can say is, let's press it on and remove the deceptions that they have put into the churches, that we are believing in this lie and believing the lie, and the lie have become truth to people. Apostasy. Apostasy. But arise and shine, for the glory of Yahuwah, the glory of the Almighty, of the Most High God, has risen upon us. Let's arise and shine. Though darkness shall cover the earth, the deep darkness the people, oh, but the glory of God is about to show on us. That we will show his glory on earth as he intended it to be, as his intended purpose and will and desire to be, to glorify him to the end. But hard days are coming. The darkness shall cover the earth, and deep darkness the people. There's a deep darkness that is coming. I say Trump is the sign. President Trump is your sign. The moment you see he's been taken out, and it will happen according to the word. It will happen. Your sign is him. Love him or hate him. He is being put in place by the Almighty. And he will finish the work, and then he will go. So let's press on and seek the will of God on daily basis, and let him show us. When he shows us some things that we don't understand, let his Holy Spirit interpret and reveal it to us, and let go the lies, and let's hold on to the truth. God bless you all, and next week we will go into the times and the seasons. God bless.